Hello students, let's see what is orbital overlap concept. So what is the meaning of orbital overlapping, or what are the different types of orbital overlapping? So first of all, let's see what is the meaning of orbital overlapping. So actually it is the process of partial interpenetration of atomic orbitals. So the interpenetration of atomic orbitals, that process is known as orbital overlapping. So the characteristics of orbital overlapping are the characteristics. So let's see the characteristics of orbital overlapping. So first point is a covalent bond is formed by overlapping of half-filled atomic orbitals. So covalent bond is actually formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals. Actually those atomic orbitals are half filled in nature. So the valence electrons are actually take part in bond formation. So the valence shell electrons are take part in bond formation. So the valence shell electrons, those electrons present in the half-filled atomic orbitals or half-filled atomic orbitals overlap together to form a bond. So actually a covalent bond is formed by overlapping of half-filled atomic orbitals. Then second point is this overlapping atomic orbitals having electrons with opposite spin. So the electrons present in the overlapping orbitals are in opposite spin. If one electron is in the clockwise direction, the other will be in the anti-clockwise direction. So those electrons are in the opposite spin. So the overlapping atomic orbitals having electrons with opposite spin. Then the third point is the electrons get paired after overlapping. Actually the electrons get paired and bond pair of electrons are formed. So bond pair of electrons are formed after overlapping. So after the overlapping of atomic orbitals, electrons get paired and a paired electrons or a bond pair of electrons are formed after overlapping. So electrons get paired or bond pair of electrons are formed after overlapping of atomic orbitals. Then the fourth point is the strength of the bond formed. The strength of bond depends on the extent of overlapping. So the bond formed after the overlapping of atomic orbitals, the strength of that bond formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals, that depends on the extent of overlapping. So these are the four characteristics of orbital overlapping. Now let us see what are the different types of orbital overlapping. Actually there are two types of orbital overlapping, and one is known as axial overlapping and the other one is known as lateral overlapping. So axial overlapping, and the second type of orbital overlapping is lateral overlapping. So two types of orbital overlapping is possible. One is axial overlapping and the other one is lateral overlapping. So in axial overlapping, so what is the meaning of axial overlapping? In axial overlapping, the atomic orbitals overlap along the internuclear axis. Along the internuclear axis. So this overlapping is otherwise known as end-to-end overlapping. So in axial overlapping, the atomic orbitals overlap along the internuclear axis. So the bond formed in this case, the bond formed due to axial overlapping, that is known as sigma bond. Sigma bond is formed after axial overlapping, and that sigma bond is represented by a symbol like this. So sigma bond is formed due to axial overlapping of atomic orbitals, and the electrons present in this sigma bond is known as sigma electrons. So sigma electrons are present in sigma bond. So sigma bond, there is sigma electrons are there, and sigma bond is actually formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals along the internuclear axis. Then let us see what are the types of axial overlapping. So there are different types of axial overlapping. One is called SS overlapping, and second one is called SP overlapping, and third one is called PP overlapping. So there are three types of axial overlapping, and one is called SS overlapping, and second one is SP overlapping, and third one is called PP overlapping. So three types of axial overlapping is possible. So let's see one by one. So what is SS overlapping and SP overlapping and PP overlapping? So axial overlapping can be SS overlapping, SP overlapping and PP overlapping. So axial overlapping is actually orbitals are overlapped along the internuclear axis. So let's see SS overlapping. What is SS overlapping? So SS overlapping means the overlapping of S orbitals. So S orbitals can be represented like this. If this is a half-filled S orbital, so this half-filled S orbital overlap with another half-filled S orbital. So two half-filled S orbitals are overlapping. They are overlapping along the internuclear axis. If this is the internuclear axis, so these orbitals are overlapping along the internuclear axis, and it is overlapped like this, and this is called SS overlapping. So this is actually along the internuclear axis. So this is otherwise called end-to-end overlapping or axial overlapping. So due to this type of overlapping, the bond formed in this case is sigma bond. So already we have seen the bond formed due to axial overlapping is known as sigma bond. So this is SS overlapping. Now let's see the second type of axial overlapping, that is SP overlapping. So in SP overlapping, one S orbital, half-filled S orbital, and a p orbital, a half-filled p orbital overlap axially. So it is also an axial overlapping, so it is along the internuclear axis. So this type of overlapping causes this kind of SP overlapping. So SP overlapping in this case also along the internuclear axis. So this is an axial overlapping. So the bond formed in this case also called sigma bond. So this is sp overlapping. Now let's see the third one, that is pp overlapping. So what is pp overlapping? So in pp overlapping, one p orbital and another p orbital. So a half-filled p orbital, and another half-filled p orbital, overlap axially, and this is also along the internuclear axis and form an overlapping like this. So this is actually called a PP overlapping. So this PP overlapping is also along the internuclear axis. So the bond formed in this case is also called a sigma bond. So sigma bond is formed due to SS overlapping, SP overlapping and PP overlapping. So sigma bond is actually formed by axial overlapping of atomic orbitals that can be of three types: SS overlapping, SP overlapping and PP overlapping. Now let us see the second type of overlapping, that is lateral overlapping. So in lateral overlapping, the atomic orbitals are overlapped laterally, or the lateral overlapping is atomic orbitals overlap perpendicular to the internuclear axis. So if the overlapping is perpendicular to the internuclear axis, we can call it as a lateral overlapping. This is of one type, that is actually called a PP overlapping. So one type of lateral overlapping is possible, that is PP overlapping. So in lateral overlapping, the atomic orbitals are overlapped perpendicular to the internuclear axis, and due to this type of overlapping, the bond formed in this case, the bond formed due to lateral overlapping is known as a pi bond. It is called a pi bond. So it can be represented like this. So a pi bond is actually formed by lateral overlapping of atomic orbitals, and the electrons present in this pi bond is known as pi electrons. So pi electrons are present in pi bond. So pi bond is formed by the overlapping of atomic orbitals bilaterally. So or due to the lateral overlapping of atomic orbitals, a pi bond is formed. So let's see the PP overlapping, that is the only one type of lateral overlapping, that is PP overlapping. So how PP overlapping takes place? So in the case of PP overlapping, we can represent the p orbital like this. This is one half-filled p orbital. This overlap with another half-filled p orbital. So this p orbitals overlap laterally. So lateral overlapping takes place in this case. So the overlapping should be perpendicular to the internuclear axis. So the internuclear axis, if this is the internuclear axis, the overlapping takes place like this. So the overlapping will be like this. So this type of overlapping, that is called a PP overlapping, where the overlapping takes place laterally. So this is a lateral overlapping where two p orbitals overlap laterally and form a pi bond. So here The bond formed in this case is a pi bond. So this PP overlapping can also be represented like this. So this is the axis. It can be represented like this. So this part together can be drawn like this, and this part can be drawn like this. So this may be the internuclear axis. So this is a representation of a pi bond formation or a PP overlapping. That overlapping is actually by the overlapping of atomic orbitals perpendicular to the internuclear axis, not the axial overlapping. It is actually perpendicular to the internuclear axis. So two type of overlapping. One is axial overlapping and the other one is lateral overlapping. In axial overlapping, the bond formed is called a sigma bond. The lateral overlapping, the bond formed is called a pi bond. So we need to know what type of bond is formed in the case of a single bond, double bond and a triple bond. So in the case of a single bond, we can say that if there is a single bond, it will be a sigma bond. So if there is a double bond, one bond is a sigma bond and the other bond is a pi bond. If there is a triple bond, one bond is a sigma bond, the other two bonds are pi bonds. So a pi bond is always present. A pi bond is always present along with a sigma bond. So without the formation of a sigma bond, no pi bond will be formed. So if there are two bonds, one will be sigma and the other will be pi. So a pi bond is always present with a sigma bond. If there are three bonds, if it is a triple bond, one bond is a sigma bond and the other two bonds will be pi bond. So sigma bond means the orbitals are overlapping axially, and pi bond means the orbitals are overlapping laterally. Then one more point is that a sigma bond is stronger than a pi bond. So sigma bond is stronger than a pi bond. This is due to the extent of overlapping. Is more in the case of sigma bond.